The pursuit of the presidency involves more than a fair share of pandering, and Hillary Clinton is the clear frontrunner in that category. Since yesterday was Cinco de Mayo, Secretary Clinton visited Nevada, stopping by a high school in Las Vegas where the student body is majority Hispanic. Hillary is betting that she can use amnesty as an asset, not only with the new voters the left is working to register even before they're citizens, but also with the millions of low-information voters who helped Barack Obama win a second term. How else to interpret Mrs. Clinton's assertion that a flood of unskilled workers will somehow improve the job market? Watch her unfurl this nonsensical spin for yourself.
Oftentimes when I have conversations with people who are fearful about immigration reform, their fears are rooted in the feeling that they're losing jobs that are going to people who are undocumented. And part of the reason that fear has a reality to it is because if people can pay you $6 an hour because you're undocumented, then why would they pay somebody who already is a citizen what the minimum wage or the prevailing wage should be? So my argument is the quicker we can legalize the people who are here, the better the job market will be for everybody.
We should note for the record that Mrs. Clinton is a graduate of Yale Law School and as an attorney may not have learned much about economics beyond billable hours. In fact, Hillary seems to be using a rationale, if you want to call it that comes from a bad lawyer joke. You know, the one about the attorney who was representing a kid who killed his parents, but who won an acquittal for her client on the grounds that he was now an orphan. The math makes no sense. Over 90 million legal citizens in the U.S. out of work, you add millions more to the workforce via amnesty, and presto, that makes the job market better for everybody? It doesn't, and it will not. Now, Hillary also takes a page out of the Feel Your Pain playbook. Listen to how she includes the disaffected, but then drives home her notion of nirvana through amnesty.
You will not have a group of people who are taken advantage of, and you will not have others who feel as though, and to some extent it's true, are losing jobs because this group that is being taken advantage of is paid so much less and treated so much worse.
Now, this is all part of the Clinton calculus, a fantasy land in which union bosses who have already abandoned American workers in favor of the push for amnesty by the left will be energized by adding to their ranks those who came here illegally, and supposedly that will mean high wages for all, and even more political power for Mrs. Clinton and her cronies. Forget that such a course of action has no basis in fact. Look for Hillary to repeat this nonsense over and over, unchallenged by a partisan press corps. Or, if it becomes so outrageous that even the mainstream media calls it into questions, she will spend millions on television time where she will repeat it unchallenged. George Orwell wrote of newspeak, how words and concepts could be redefined to mean the opposite of reality, and how repetition of those redefinitions could be used to persuade the public, as in, ignorance is strength. Yes, yesterday was the 5th of May, Cinco de Mayo, but Hillary Clinton hopes to make it 1984. At least, that's the way I see it. Now, time to hear from you. Some comments that you sent us via Facebook about yesterday's program. The first from Richard H. about our interview with Ben Carson. He writes in, "Dr. Carson is quite a guy." Donna T. has a different opinion. She writes in, "No" to Ben Carson. And Jeff L. says, "Ted Cruz for president, the only conservative we can trust." We appreciate those who took the time to reach out to us. We also heard from Debbie B., who wanted to see the interview we conducted with Catherine Engelbrecht from True the Vote yesterday, and you can see that segment and all the others at our website, newsmaxtv.com, in the archives for Newsmax Prime. Now again, we very much want to hear from you, so you can send us your comments via email to newsmaxprime@newsmaxtv.com. Also, of course, Facebook and Twitter. That'll do it for this program. Stay brave, stay free, stay tuned.